Welcome to the another tutorial of programming. In this video, I am going to discuss about another topic, that is data structure, and in that stack. Application of stack, concept of stack, how stack is useful in computer science, in our life also. Here in the first clipping you can see the stack of books. The books are telling about leadership quality, lead from bottom to top. If I read lead, learn, skill, practice, strategy, management, success. Now if I want to take out the first book in an organized manner, so obviously the book I'll be taking off success, which means a lot in our life. And what is the last book, which was the last book which I kept? That was success. And taking out which book? That is success. This is how stack is applicable in computer science as well. In the picture, you can see from the same end element is inserted and from the same end element is taken out. Push, push, pop. These are the few conventional terms we use along with stack. That element being pushed and taking out is pop. So from the same end element is inserted and from the same end element is taken out. There is another form of data structure also, that is queue, where we follow the concept of first in, first out. That is at many places in our real life application, we follow first in, first out. But here in stack, we will follow last in, first out. You can read out what is written here. That is the concept of last in. Basically only I'll tell you the basic theme or the summary of this literature. Stack tells us about last in, first out. Last in, first out. And many examples are there in our real life which is related to stack. And many examples are there in our life which is related to queue. So queue is the another aspect of data structure that we are not going to deal here. We are going to deal with stack. Earlier also we have seen the concept of recursion. There also I have discussed little bit about stack. So a stack, we can say a stack is a recursive data structure. Means from the end, it is at the end where it is finishing, from there only it is starting. This can be the example, or this can be said as backtracking. In maze or labyrinth, we can see this kind of concept of backtracking. Suppose a dead end is there from where we cannot go anywhere. So what we need to do? We need to backtrack from the path. If we are moving anyway from the path, if we are taking the wrong path, we need to backtrack and we have to take another path. So same in stack, we need to backtrack when the end is reached. So next we'll see various application of stack. The very simple application of stack is reversing a word. In programming, normally we write this program of reversing a word. When a word is pushed in a stack letter by letter, and when we'll be taking out, we'll be taking in a reverse order as we have entered. That is the concept of last in first out. Undo mechanism. Any action in any text editor if we have taken, and if we want to undo that action, so what happens? Suppose we have gone the steps like 1, 2, 3, 4, the steps I have moved. First I have done anything bold, next I have done italics, then I have done underline, and in undo option, if I am clicking undo option, so first underline will be cancelled, then italic, then bold. So in text editor also, when we do undo it, the steps we have taken, first step, second step, third step. So first undo will be there of third step, then second step, then first step. In programming also, in computer science, many a times we see this concept. Parameters and local variables are taking place internally using the concept of stack. Brackets, matching brackets, when we apply, the bracket which is opened last closes first. Recursion already I have discussed. Then nesting of statement, a statement within a statement. Statement number 1, then within that statement number 2, then within that statement number 3. Then first this statement 3 will be executed, then statement 2 is over, then statement 1. So this is the bracket of statement 3, this is the bracket for statement 2, and this is the bracket for statement 1. Brackets also work in this same way, and nesting of function also, that it is moving, we have started 1, 2, 3, but when it will be executing the statements, first the third statement, then second statement, then first statement. So these kind of examples we can see in computer science, that is that shows application of stack. In the picture, I have tried to show you in a very proper way that first element is 1. We have pushed in the stack. Push means inserted. Just a diagrammatical representation. It can be displayed in various ways. So first element is pushed, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So finally we have the stack like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now when we will be taking out first pop, if I am doing, then it will be of 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. So that is why it is said, which is last entered is taken out. Last entered here is 6 and taken out here is 6. So I hope the concept of stack is clear. Now we'll see the same thing using programming in Python language. First I have taken in the example empty list, and various functions are created over here, that is push, pop and display. As I told, push, pop are conventional term we are using and associating with stack, but if you wish you can use another terms even. So we'll see the use of this function. The push function, the global list, that is stack. Global means it can be used in every function. In the whole program it can be used. As you can see, stack list I have used here also, so that is becoming global. The significance of the global elements. So in this program we are going to insert and extract the element in order of stack, that is last in first out, LIFO concept. So for that purpose, push function, pop function, display function is being created, and a user's choice loop is being created later on. So firstly, we'll start from the main execution portion of the program. I have taken a while true loop. So while true and then taking a choice. Enter your choice means whether I would like to go for 1, 2 or 3. If choice is 1, I am calling the function push. If choice is 2, I am calling the function pop. If choice is 3, I am calling the function display, otherwise wrong choice. And if suppose once I have chosen push function, after that again I want to, one time if when push function will work, it will insert in the list one element. If suppose 2 consecutive elements if I would like to insert, then I have to call push function again. So here if I would like to run the menu once again, means choice 1, choice 2 or choice 3, if I would wish to run that once again, so this message, do you want to continue, press Y or N will come. If it will be asking for whether we want to go for any other option once again, and then if N, the loop will terminate, otherwise loop will continue, because this is a while true loop. So till we are not giving any condition, it won't get terminated. So this whole process is for the loop to continue once again, and so for that, for loop continuation, the variable is choice. This will allow to continue the loop, and for case or for choice, whether choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, that means whether push function to be called, whether pop function or display function to be executed, for that purpose ch is there. So assume first time I am calling push function and I am inserting few data. Choice is 1, I am inserting data, push function is called, and then when push function is called, in the list data is being appended. First time it is being called, now second time, assume the same function is called, second element will be appended. Now next time, assume pop function is being called. So pop function is checking whether the list is empty or not. If it is empty, it will display no element to pop. Or otherwise, as we know, the pop function removes the last inserted element. Last inserted as in stack, which is inserted last, will be extracted first. So last inserted element, as no argument is given in pop function, that means the last inserted value will be taken out, that will be printed here. And if display is called, it will be also checking if stack is, suppose we are displaying the empty stack, it will show the stack is empty or no element in stack. Otherwise, it will print the currently available elements in stack. So these are the simple functions, only list methods, append and pop we need to know. Here pop is the function which we are creating, and this function is associated with which is in lowercase, it is associated with list element of Python. Let's run this code. So get set and go. Enter your choice, whether 1, 2 or 3. Here we can little bit modification we can do. We can display here the menu. Enter 1 for push, enter 2 for pop, enter 3 for display. Suppose there is no element in the stack. So first I'll be pushing one element, and if you are trying to display, enter your choice 3. No element is stack. Choice 1 was for push, 2 for choice 1 is for push, 2 is for pop, and 3 is for display. 3 is for display, 2 is for pop, and 1 is for and D for display. I'll take help of so according to that, when I press 3, that means for display, no element in stack. Now it is asking whether I would like to continue or not. So in capital letter, if I'll be pressing Y, so in that case, I need to press capital Y. Now it is again asking the choice. Suppose I am entering 1, enter the value 5. I have entered 5. Do you want to continue? Capital letter Y, yes. Enter your choice 1 again. Enter the value, this time 6. So 2 element inserted, first 5, then 6. So the top element is 6. We want to continue, yes. Now I want to display, then I'll be pressing 3. So 5 and 6, as you can see here, 5 and 6 is there. Now again, if I'm pressing capital Y, now I'll be removing, I would like to remove the element, then I'm pressing 2. So as you can see here, 5 and 6 is being inserted. So the last element which was inserted was 6. So according to that, 6 to be removed first. So if I am removing, 5 will be left in list or in stack. We can say 5 will be left in stack. I'm trying to pop. So you can see here, element removed is 6. Again I am continuing. Again I would like to continue. Now display, I would like to display only the element 5 left in the list. So we have inserted 2 elements, 5 and 6, first element, second element, and then displayed 5, 6 came, and then we popped. So element removed is 6, so left with 5. Again if I'm removing the element by calling the function pop, pressing the choice 2, now element 5 is removed. Again if I'm running it 2, now no element to pop because 5 was the last element in the. So this is the way we can implement stack, and we can push, pop and display. So this was a simple example. Hope this is clear to you. You can see the code once again. This code. this code you can see which is written, and next we'll have another program. In the another program, now this time we are going to store a complete record. One stack element will have a record of book. So book, a list, empty list. In push function, we will try to push in one particular element of the stack will occupy book ID, book name and book price. Means one element of the stack will not have one data only, it will have a record type of data. So it is also same as we have done earlier just now. So in push function, firstly I have taken input, then append in the list ID, name and price of the book. So they all will be going in as one record. That is 0th index of the list, and then first and then second. Same pop function. If list is empty, no element to pop. Otherwise, pop function of list. This is the library function of list element in Python. This will pop the lastly inserted record of book, and the data will be stored in these variable. Just I want to show which record is being removed. That records element will be stored in the variables respectively. This is, so you should not get confused between this function and this function is created by me, and this is the library function of list. Then in display we are just displaying in a simple way as we did earlier, and again the while loop menu driven we have made for choices as we have done earlier. While loop is same. Only the difference between the previous program and this program is previous program was inserting one particular data, and this program will insert a record in a stack. Only that much, there is no special thing we have done. Record means all three elements at a time. Means this will be occupying, first record will be occupying 0th index. So in 0th index again we will have further element, that is as it will act as nested of list. Now we will run and check for the execution. So this way the menu will appear. Now we can enter the choice as we want. I want to display first, so no element. Again continue. Now what is my choice? Push the element, book ID 101, book name, preferably Python because here we are studying Python. A professional book comes, I have written the less amount only. Again continue, again I would like to push the element as we need to continue in this, so you have to adjust little bit. So this way only choice is one I have entered, and then it will ask for book ID. So 102, and then book name C++. Being a programmer, I am giving this book. Then the cost little bit increased. Okay, some data is wrong, so it is coming like this. So we can enter it once again. I have entered the book details. You can see here the first entry I have done of Python book, the second entry I have done of C++ book. Little bit price variation is there, so that's not an issue. So the list within a list we have created. This way it will be showing, and then I have displayed also using the choice 3. Now if I would like to pop, then I'll be pressing pop. So element removed is First it is displaying. In program I have shown you that for the element before the removal will be displayed. So this, it is displaying element before removing. So this element is being removed as it was entered last. And then again, if I am continuing, now display, now only one book is displaying. Again I am continuing, again pop. So Python book is removed. Again I am continuing, again pop, no element to pop. Do you want to continue? No, I don't want to continue anymore. That's it. Press Y or N. So that means if capital Y, then it will be continuing, otherwise it will not. So you can see here I have written choice is equal to N. So if choice is equal to N, capital N, then only it will break. So rather than small n, I was supposed to enter capital N, because still I am not entering capital N, the process will not terminate. If choice is capital N, then only the process will terminate. So means capital N, then the process will terminate. Otherwise, if any other character we are entering, Y or N or P or K or T or anything, even special character also @ hashtag anything, then it won't be terminating, it will be continuing. Only at capital N it will be terminating. So this is how I have shown you that how the details are working and what is the code for this. This is random value 111, don't consider this. You can do the modification in this and you can work on this. So it's an easy task to implement stack, but real application of stack, already I have told you what is the real application of stack in computer science. And in our real life also, stack of books, stack of copies, stack of CDs, stack of files, many examples can be there from real life even. Before I conclude, just a moment of relaxation which you can see on the screen. Can you give this answer? Sea level. So I think you understood what does it mean. And something more before I wind up this session and ask you to comment, reply, subscribe, like. A smile should be there always in on your faces. So just for you, here it is. So thank you and goodbye. Keep smiling as after this clipping, as the smile you have in your face, I can see the same smile I want you to have always. Thank you. Have a nice time ahead.